Tonight, America's wild horses in peril. Little Rico, animals with feelings just like you being rounded up by the U.S. government with our tax dollars and shipped to slaughter. Just weeks ago, 41 free-roaming horses were rounded up by U.S. government helicopters. We have just obtained video of these 4 foals, baby horses, the only ones from that group of 41 who were not shipped to slaughter. 1 boy and 3 girls who are currently safe in Colorado, although they are confused and traumatized. We'll show you many pictures of them now, ripped away from their mothers as the whole herd was chased and torn from open spaces. Now, here's the herd in the wild just weeks ago. Those same horses, 37 of those 41 horses have been shipped off to a Canadian slaughterhouse. At this moment, they could already be dead. The whole process, from being chased by helicopters, ripped away from their mothers, shipped off in trucks. It's a terrifying ordeal for these horses. Look at this, separated from their families. 48,000 wild horses have been rounded up using our tax dollars and are currently under government control. Now, this woman, the Secretary of the Interior, Sally Jewell, runs the BLM, Bureau of Land Management, and they claim all the horses are just fine, thank you. Critics seriously question that, saying, follow the money, that our government operates at the behest of corporate interests that want those open spaces for their own uses. Straight out to Ginger Catherines, Executive Director of the Cloud Foundation. Ginger, you saw these horses before they were rounded up, and you desperately tried to purchase all 37 horses destined for the slaughterhouse. What were you told, and what was your emotional reaction when you got the news?
Well, I called the slaughterhouse, and I spoke to a representative, and the lady told me that they were rounded up and removed for slaughter, and slaughter is where they were going. When I attempted to say that we had a buyer at a much higher rate than they could get for them at slaughter, she indicated that that is not something that they would do, and they wouldn't sell them to me.
What was your reaction?
Well, I knew that the horses at that point were doomed and perhaps even already dead, and so I broke down. I don't usually, but I couldn't handle it, and I just started bawling.
Well, what I'm looking at here are the three of the 4 babies who were rescued. But again, they're traumatized. They have no idea why they were ripped away from their mom, why they were shattered from their herd, why they were chased by helicopters and then put in trucks and shipped across the country to some loving, compassionate people, including a wonderful veterinarian who rescued them. Was this latest roundup even legal? Critics say no. The Bureau of Land Management says, regarding the 41 unauthorized domestic horses, the Bureau of Land Management had no authorities over these animals under the 1971 Wild Free Roaming Horses and Burros Act other than their removal. But critics say there was no public hearing, nobody knew about this, and claim it's a violation of that very Horse and Burros Act, which states wild free roaming horses and burros means all unbranded and unclaimed horses and burros on public land of the United States. Ginger, these were, according to you, unbranded and unclaimed horses, so wouldn't that be against the law?
Well, it's against the law if you read the Wild Horse and Burro Act, and the horses were all unbranded, and that's according to the Wyoming Brand Inspector. So I believe that they were legal in their homes, and they were removed illegally. It certainly, at the very least, it was immoral, sneaky, and sleazy.
Yeah, and we're going to tell you how you can get involved. You know, these horses were sent to Canada to be slaughtered. Now, animal advocates have introduced a bill to ban exporting horses across the U.S. border to countries like Canada and Mexico for slaughter. So you can help by calling your member of Congress and saying, support the Safeguard American Food Export Act. And you can go to change.org and sign a petition to demand a 10-year moratorium on wild horse roundups. Go to my Facebook page for information. You know, Ginger, you always tell me, follow the money. These are the government is now working for corporate interests. I mean, we see it all over the place. It seems like that's the theme, and it may be, you know, morally reprehensible, but can we do something to stop it? We've got to change the laws. These animals cannot speak for themselves. Get involved. Together, we can change this and save other horses. Right, Rico?